Hello everyone. So this is lecture 16 on fixed point theory, and today I'm going to explain what do you mean by non-expansive mappings and some basic results for non-expansive mappings. Before to start today's lecture, I'm going to explain some definitions which I have already told you in previous videos. So now what do you mean by metric space? Let X be in a non-empty set and R positive denotes the positive real numbers. Then we can define a distance function going from X cross X to R positive, and this distance function is said to be a metric if it's satisfying the following conditions. The first one is the distance between 2 points is always greater than equals to 0. So distance of xy is greater than equal to 0 for all xy belonging to x. Distance of xy is 0 if and only if x is equal to y. The third is the symmetric property, that is distance of xy is same as the distance of yx. And the fourth is the triangle's inequality, means distance of xz is less than equal to distance of xy plus distance of yz. So any set with the metric D satisfying all these conditions, then this set together with this D is said to be the metric space. Now what do you mean by convergence? We have a sequence xn of points in a metric space, and we say this sequence is converging to some point x in X if xn is converging to x as n goes to infinity. Means if we find the limit of n going to infinity of xn, if we get x, then we say that the sequence xn is converging to x. And in metric space we will say that whenever the distance of xn and x, this is very small, whenever the n is very large. So distance of xn comma x is strictly less than epsilon for all n greater than equals to n. Then we say that the sequence xn is converging to x in metric space. A Cauchy sequence. A sequence xn of points of a metric space is said to be Cauchy if for each epsilon greater than 0 there exists positive integer capital N, such that for m n greater than equals to n, the distance of xn comma xm is less than epsilon. Right? It means after leaving some finite terms, the distance between any 2 points, after leaving some finite terms, the distance between any 2 points is very small. Right? Then we say that the sequence is Cauchy sequence. Now complete metric space. A metric space XD is said to be complete if every Cauchy sequence of points of X converges in X. So basically, what is the relation between convergence and Cauchy sequence? Every convergent sequence is Cauchy, but converse need not be true. So if every Cauchy sequence is convergent, then we say that space is complete. So metric space XD is said to be complete if every Cauchy sequence in X is convergent. Now what do you mean by normed vector space? Given a vector space E, a norm on E is a mapping, right, from E into itself as into the set of real numbers with satisfying the following axioms, and that is the norm of any point is 0 if and only if that point is 0. Right? Secondly, the norm of lambda times x, where lambda is any scalar, it's a member of field, it may be real, it may be complex, right? And x is any member of E, the norm of lambda x will be mod of lambda into norm of x. The third property is the triangle's inequality, which says that norm of x plus y is less than equal to norm of x plus norm of y. So any vector space with some norm, if satisfying the following three conditions, then that space is said to be norm vector space or norm space. So every norm space is a metric space. So if we define metric as the norm of x minus y, then the norm space is a metric space with respect to the metric this. Now the next is Banach space. A normed vector space E is called a Banach space if it is complete as a metric space. Means if in the norm space every Cauchy sequence is convergent, then that norm space will become Banach space. Now the next is the definition of fixed point. Let T be a mapping of a set X into itself. A point X belonging to X is said to be the fixed point of T if T of X is equal to X, right? It means the point which remains invariant under a mapping is known to be the fixed point of that mapping. Fixed point property. A topological space X is said to have fixed point property if each continuous function of X into itself has at least one fixed point, right? So if each continuous function defined on X to X has at least one fixed point, then that topological space is said to have fixed point property. The next is isometry. Let X and X dash be two metric spaces with matrix D and D dash respectively, and T is a mapping going from one vector space to one matrix space to another matrix space. So let's suppose T be a mapping going from X to X dash. Then this mapping is said to be bijection, right? If this mapping is 1 1 and on 2. So what is given to us? We are given that this mapping is bijection, right? Then this mapping is said to be isometry if and only if the distance of xy is same as that d dash of tx comma ty, right? This is true for every point of the set X. Then this mapping, this bijective mapping is said to be isometry. So in particular, if X is same as that X dash, right, then the mapping T is said to be isometry if the distance of xy is same as the distance of tx comma ty. Now non-expansive, a mapping T of a metric space X into itself is said to be non-expansive if for all xy belonging to X, the distance of tx comma ty is less than equal to distance of x comma y. So it means neither it contracts or nor it expands. So distance after applying the mapping, right, self mapping, the points, the distance is less than or equal to distance of x comma y. Now Lipschitz mapping, a mapping T of a metric space X into itself is said to satisfy Lipschitz condition if there exists a real number k such that the distance of tx comma ty is less than equal to k times distance of xy, right? So if we have a number k which is greater than equal to 0 satisfying this thing, then the mapping T is said to be satisfying the Lipschitz condition. In particular, in special case, if we consider the value of k to be lying between 0 and 1, then this mapping is said to be contraction mapping. So the remark, the isometries and contraction mapping both fall in the class of non-expansive because this is always less than equal to d of x comma y. So whenever a mapping is contraction mapping, this implies this is a non-expansive. Similarly, whenever the mappings are isometries, because here the distances are same, right? So that falls in the class of non-expansive mapping. Moreover, all of these mappings are continuous on the set X. Now the next is a result which is given by Goldstein and Tenney. He have given the following result. This result says that Let T be a mapping of a metric space X into itself such that it is non-expansive, means the distance of Tx comma Ty is less than equal to distance of xy. Secondly, if x is not same as that Tx, then the distance of Tx comma T square x is strictly less than the distance of x comma Tx. And the third is, for each x belonging to x, the sequence t to the power n x, so this is iterate of t, this sequence has a cluster point. Cluster means limit point, accumulation point. So for each x belonging to x, we have a sequence of iterates and iterates of t that at the point x that has a cluster point. So if any mapping satisfying these three conditions, then for each x, the sequence Tn x converges to a fixed point of t. So now just see the proof by the first point. The first point is the mapping is non-expansive, right? Now since distance between 2 points of the images is less than equal to the distance of the original points, so this implies that this sequence is non-increasing, means decreasing sequence. Right? Now the third point says that we have a sequence nth iterates of t for each x belonging to x, and this has a limit point. So let y be any limit point or cluster point of this sequence, means it is a limit of t to the power nix where nkx where k going to infinity, right? So let's suppose this is a cluster point. Now by using the first condition, since it is non-expansive, so it is continuous also, so distance of y comma ty, it will be the limit k going to infinity by we can replace with this t to the power nkx, because this limit is going to y, because y is a limit point of this sequence, right? And ty will be t times y, the y is this, so this will be nk plus 1 x, right? Or this is same as that, you can write rather writing nk, we can write this as n only. So the distance of this where n is going to infinity, we have this thing. So this is the same as that, this you can write this as t of n plus 1, here you can write this as tn plus 2. Basically this is less than equal to by the definition of expansive mapping. So since n is going to infinity, so we can also write this as nk plus 1 and here nk plus 2, right? So this is also same as that, this, because it is a cluster point of this sequence. So this is nothing but d of ty, and this is t square y. So what we get? We get d of y ty is less than equal to d of ty comma t square y, but this is the contradiction to the second condition, right? So this is possible only when y is same as that ty. Okay, so this implies that t has a fixed point. Moreover, the distance of t of n plus n x comma y, and this is true for all n, is less than equal to the distance of t in x comma y, right? So when you take n tending to infinity, what we get, this sequence is going to y. So the sequence t to the power n, it is convergent to a fixed point. So this thing we have to prove. So whenever we have a non-expansive mapping and satisfying some conditions on T, then there exists a fixed point.